Friday morning, another 9 a.m. live stream. I am happy to be hanging out with you guys. Happy to get another 9 a.m. live stream. And I don't have any news today. I'm mostly just coming on here to chop it up with you guys. I got a vape pen here. I got some weed here. I don't really know exactly what I want to consume yet. This morning for a review, I was actually trying out some of these limitless appetite suppressant, um, hopefully focus type tablets. And I will say these have definitely suppressed my appetite. I was actually very hungry when I woke up. And now I'm not very hungry at all. But maybe if I smoke a little weed, that hunger will come back. I had the mic attached onto the tripod. That is my bad. The mic should be all good. Perfect. But yes, welcome guys to the 9 a.m. live stream. 440, David, Emmanuel, Ron, Charlie, the usual suspects. Appreciate you guys tuning in once again. And right now I do have this Always Gold sativa cart. That's what I have. Oh shit, there's blur on here. I'm dead, Ron. I appreciate you tuning into both. The background is so bright. I've been really realizing how much better iPhone cameras are than everything simply because of depth of field. Like with something like this, you can't even see. It's snowing actually crazy behind me. So that's also probably why it's pretty bright. But I filmed earlier on my iPhone and I got the perfect shot with a front camera. And I evidently have a 4K camera here and I can't get any type of depth of field to be able to show the fucking background, but it is what it is. A polo hoodie? No, this is a New Balance hoodie, actually. It's a New Balance hoodie. It's cold as shit in here. Our thermostat is having some problems, and it literally turns on whenever it wants to. We keep it at around 68 to 70 degrees, but with it being negative outside, but it kind of decides just to come on whenever it wants. I've never had Gas Packs Delta 8. Is that a brand? Is that a type of strain? I'm not even familiar with Gas Packs, actually. I will soon be coming out with the appetite suppressant review, though, for anybody who's interested in that. I actually just went on the company's website and realized they aren't currently available or they won't be available to you guys for a little while. So I made the executive decision to not come out with a review yet today. I'll find something else to review, but I still got some good information about it because I just tried out one of these pills and it's definitely had a decent focus this morning, but really did suppress the appetite. And I'm sure for some people who are trying to like lose weight or some people who are just not trying to focus on eating at the time or something like that, it can be something that's beneficial for you. You got to get that caffeine in the bowl. I feel you, Shark. I might end up getting a little bit of caffeine. This THCV actually has me with a pretty good energy boost right now. I wish I could run, but I don't know if the camera can adjust. Yes, then you guys can see the snowy background. For some reason, it can't get me and the snowy background. Maybe I'm too shitty with the camera. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe I'm just not able to set up the camera for the right settings to get me for the depth of field that I want to get. But regardless, I'm here smoking with you guys. That anxiety can definitely fuck with you 440. I've really realized a lot of it for me is when I don't be eating or not eat enough, or sometimes I'll eat sleep for dinner and I'll just go to sleep and then wake up in not the best state of mind, I guess. Oh, but you say you don't like eating when waking up. I feel you. But they say breakfast is important, you know. And when I started eating breakfast, my energy level definitely went up like a lot. So if somebody's the person to say breakfast isn't for me, maybe it is, you know, or maybe it wasn't for you as a kid. Maybe it wasn't for you. Maybe it won't be for you in the future, but maybe at this point with your current energy level, maybe you should be eating breakfast. You never know, you know. You need to take a trip to Colorado for some live res carts. Where you at again, Ron? Because I'm sure that, I mean, there's a good amount of places where you can find some live resin carts now. Man, I wish I could drink coffee. I'm jealous of coffee drinkers. People that can drink coffee can go all these places and try all these different flavors and shit like that of coffee. And every time I even smell it, it damn near makes me sick. Slow DK, what's good? Appreciate you tuning in to the 9 a.m. live stream. Definitely dope to have you here. Oh, you down in Port Arthur, so you got a little trip to make it up to Colorado. 1 to 2 p.m. every day. Yeah, slow DK. I really don't. If I think about it, I don't eat between 1 and 2 p.m. I don't know if I would say it's a planned fast, but I've been eating breakfast and I might have a small snack around the 1 to 2 p.m. mark. I'll probably eat like a sandwich or some type of lunch around like 3 to 4. And then that'll just like kind of get me through to when Nicole comes home and we eat some dinner or some shit. Steak is usually your first meal, Ron. Good God. I don't know how your stomach is taking that. That is, so you don't eat breakfast, just drink coffee, and then bacon and steak is your first meal at 2 o'clock. Like, good Lord, dude, Ron. This is, I don't know how you be standing. You know, if I had steak midday, good God, I used to have some steak tacos every now and then, and I'd eat them midday, and my day was over. You know what I'm saying? My day was over. Nah, the breakfast is. I used to try to skip breakfast just to get to lunch. Some of that was because I was too broke. I was like, man, I'm too poor to be eating 3 times a meal, or 3 times a day. Sorry, I'm kind of faded. But now that I still don't have a lot of money, but now if I'm gonna choose 2 meals, it's definitely gonna be breakfast and dinner. You know what I'm saying? 440. Maybe that's why you feel shitty. Is because you only eat dinner. I don't know. A lot of this stuff is habits for our bodies. So if you feel shitty one day after eating breakfast, you feel tired or something like that, it might be because your body's not used to it. But if you're getting used to the habit of eating breakfast, it's like it could do a lot for you. My body was so used to dehydration that drinking water sometimes made my stomach hurt because my body for my whole entire life wasn't used to having more than 1.5 bottles of water, 2 pouches of high C, and 4 Gatorades in a day. And so when I started shocking my body with at least half a gallon of water, my body was like, "What the fuck is this? There ain't no sugar in here," you know. So it took me some adjustment to even get used to drinking water again. And I'm still pretty bad about drinking water. You know, I try to drink a gallon, but I fail every single day. I actually don't think in my life I've ever drank a gallon a day. I try, and my stomach hurts, all this type of shit. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Everybody different. Ron does have a strong stomach. If I was eating steak in the afternoon, I would spend my evenings on the toilet. Damn, Ron, you be eating the fuck out of eggs. I be eating eggs in the morning too. I can't eat them at night. I mean, I guess I could. I just never have. Unless I've had, no, I don't know. Yeah, you got to be gradual with pretty much all changes in your life for real. Too many like any sudden changes. There aren't really almost any sudden changes that are good. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, it has to be a habit, it has to be a process, it has to be like consistent changing of things. You know what I'm saying? Because, or else it's just like off a hype, you know? I got you on. I used to eat a good amount of eggs when I lifted when I was younger. Yeah. But I think I'm done lifting for life for the most part. Maybe some low weights, stuff like that. But I wish I was skinnier. I'm not trying to get swollen. I just be running. But it doesn't look like it today. Roger for lead, it is going pretty good. I definitely I can't complain. I can't complain at all. You go low carb, high protein. I don't know what I go. I go, hopefully I'm not hungry and hopefully I got a little bit of water in my system. That's usually my goals. Yeah, I'm live on more than one channel. I'm currently on the Cannabis Library and my personal channel. But I've been able to lose some weight now that I've been eating more meals because I don't like gang up on one or two meals. But I know some people are trying to bulk. Some people trying to get more muscular, get swole or whatever. And so I understand those goals. You know what I'm saying? I got you 440. You might have to do some stuff to boost it, and so I just like the thing that makes me hungry. If I don't run, then I'm not that hungry. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm running like 4 to 6 miles in a day or something like that, I'm going to be hungry. And I need to eat to not be frustrated or not be like depressed or some shit like that. Sometimes I'll be hungry and I'll just go smoke weed instead. That's not good either. I just be like, damn, I'm hungry. And I just end up rolling up. I don't think that's the best way to handle hunger either. You're trying to stay swole till you're 45. I got you, Ron. I quit that lifestyle at about 20, personally. I like the consistent running. I like the biking, the swimming, stuff like that. And really, it was swole. For me personally, being swole didn't get me any women, so I quit. That was the only reason why I was trying to be swole, was because I thought being swole would give me women. It didn't give me no women. So I was like, it's not worth it for me anymore. It's like hookah. I used to smoke hookah when I was younger because women love hookah. And so I would try to get around women by smoking hookah. Then I realized I actually don't like tobacco too much. Sometimes this shit makes my fucking head hurt. And it's a good social thing, you know what I'm saying? But that's how a lot of things are. I know a lot of friends, like once they stop trying to meet women, they give up a lot of the things that they were doing. That was the only reason why they were doing it. You know what I'm saying? I gave up driving a car. Only reason I ever drove a car was to meet women. Other than that, why do I need a car? So, like getting swole was just another one of those things that maybe one day in my life I'll feel the urge to do it or something like that again, or get back in the weight room tough. But I like I don't like having to go to the gym. I don't like doing any of that stuff. So I'd prefer to just go outside and run. You said chasing women, some goofy shit. I got you, Richard. It just depends on what you want to do. I see a lot of shit that people do as some goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? But when I was young, it was fun. You know what I'm saying? And that was before it got expensive. As you get older, women get expensive. When you're young, they're not expensive. You know what I'm saying? There's no input cost. But as you get older, the input costs start going up, and then it's like, oh my goodness, like I'm paying all this money for what? And so you just gotta kind of grow older and realize that some of these things and what you want. So like you're saying, it's goofy to you, and other people, they might chase women till they're 60. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of how it is. See you later, Slow DK. I got you, Charlie. Yeah, I'm probably retired from driving. If a woman could fuck a woman in a cardboard box, he wouldn't buy a house. Yeah, that is a great Dave Chappelle quote, because it's so true. Like, men buy houses, buy cars, borrow the stuff a lot of times to get women, or else, like, if I had my place, there would probably hardly even be furniture in it. Really, I had a place and there wasn't any furniture in it. You know what I'm saying? Because if that all that stuff is to make women feel more comfortable, you know what I mean? For me, I'm comfortable with myself, my laptop, and some weed. you know. But you got to do other things to make other people more comfortable. And so that's part of getting older too, is realizing the change that you make for other people and the change that you should and shouldn't make. You know what I'm saying? The $10 iced coffee you make your girlfriend in the morning says otherwise about input costs. Exactly, because your costs have gone up. When you were younger, you could have met a woman and not bought her the iced coffee. You know what I'm saying? You could have bought her a Sprite for a nickel. But as you get older, now you got to go buy that goddamn iced coffee every day, Richard, so she stays happy. That's the game you play, you know? So when you get home, she's not slapping you across the face. What's up, Cloud Chat? Good morning. Men be happy with an empty apartment, a lawn chair, and a TV. Richard, as long as this hoe is decently comfortable, decently safe, and I'm not dodging bullets and shit like that, it'll be good. Random Rabbit, what's good? Blues, it is what it is. Ron, it's because they also didn't have shit and they didn't care. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, college women, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's nice at that time, because there's no standards. You know, nobody's like, you got to buy me this, you got to buy me that. You know what I'm saying? It's about time. You put in some time, you get something out. And then you get older, you got to put in money and time. And then you get older, you got to put in money, time, and emotions. And you get older, you got to put in money, time, and emotions and your soul. You know what I'm saying? So once it's all gone, then you're an old man and you just sacrifice what you got to sacrifice for your family. But when you're young, you can be more selfish and not have to invest the time, money, emotions, and soul, you know? At least that's how I see it. Obviously, everybody's got their own interpretation of these things. Richard says chasing woman's goofy shit, but he's willing to buy his girlfriend a $10 latte every single morning. It all depends on what people want. You know, this life is kind of just what you got to do. Oh, nothing too much is up with me. I'm just smoking weed per usual, hanging out with the good people. And the heater decided to come on, so now it's getting hot in here. It was actually a second ago when I started the live stream. It was approximately 56 degrees in my crib. Now it's about 72, and there's no comfortable temperature in this bitch. It's either freezing cold or burning hot. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got the flu in this bitch, bruh. I sound old as hell, Emmanuel. It's just, I wouldn't say I'm a pessimist. I'm actually very optimistic just by realizing these things, you know, because you just got to be prepared for that next step. You know, I used to watch my dad and watch the other old man in my family and be like, God damn, their life looks trash. You know what I'm saying? But then I realized, got older, life's supposed to get trashier as you get older. You know, you're not supposed to be selfish and doing everything that you want to do all the time. As you get older, you got to put your own things in a trash bag and you got to give up your time to somebody else. You know, it's just like throwing away your college shit, throwing away your youth shit. You got to throw away some of the old shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I got you, Richard, but somebody would agree with you. You said doing shit you wouldn't normally do to get a girl's attention is goofy shit, as opposed to buying something every day for someone you've already been with. Some guys be like, man, I've already been with her. Why would I buy her some shit? I'm only buying somebody new some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's so different with this shit. You know, some people be like, I already got her. Let me go get something new and I'll keep her in the bag. Everybody's got different mindsets. You know, you want to invest in the woman you have. Some people want to keep one down and invest in a new one. You know, some people don't want to invest in any of them. So you gotta, and this goes for women and men. I'm just a man speaking from a man's perspective, but this is just the reality that we live in. We got to make choices on what's useful for us, what we think is worth it for us, and then sometimes hindsight be 2020, and you look back and you're like, God damn, that shit wasn't worth it. Sometimes you look back on your deathbed and you're like, that was the greatest decision I ever made. We can't go back and change the decisions, but what we can do is try to be happy at the time, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Richard giving me some good points. Richard out here giving me some good ass points. Emmanuel, I am also streaming on Twitch. Random Rabbit. it is, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own life, you know. And I got friends. I just know from my personal experience with friends, like all my friends want to live a completely different life. And then we're talking about relationships, we talk about money, we talk about how people want to make their money, talk about how people hang out with their parents and shit. Everybody got to make these different decisions. Charlie, I do this full time. You know, I do content creation full time. I don't leave my house. You know, when I was in college, I realized all the jobs they taught you in college required you to leave your house. And I decided that I didn't want to leave my house every day. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't want to go out in the snow because somebody else tells me I have to. Fuck them. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I do this. I do this full time for sure. For about a year now, actually. And I do some side jobs every now and then. I do contract work. I could sometimes I help people grow their things and stuff like that as well. Um but yeah, so I do this full time. I got you, Richard. Well, I appreciate you coming back and checking in. I got you, Charlie. Yeah, the music game, I don't know how I would do it. The music game is a much different beast, and it's very, very difficult to compete in that. I am glad I'm a YouTuber. I like making content. In the future, I don't know what I want to do. Public speaking, stuff like that seems interesting, but we'll let the future decide for itself. You know what I mean? Richard, there's so many brands. I mean, you can go on my website, Cannabis Library US. I don't want to say I have favorite brands. I got favorite brands for certain products and things like that, maybe, but overall, different brands do different good shit. Like these limitless THCV pills I was telling you guys about that I was trying this morning. These shits are actually pretty nice, and these are from a brand that before I only tried some Delta 8 cigarettes from, you know. So there's all different types of products out right now. I got you, Charlie. That's what's up. Random Rabbit, I appreciate it. I mean, I'm just happy people are in here checking out the content. Alex, what's good? Yeah, Charlie. I mean, I was in Texas before. You got to work with what you can get. You know, that's why I got into doing a lot of the hemp reviews and stuff like that because I was in Texas and because that's what I was dealing with. And because Texas has a different kind of culture when it comes to weed shit, but it also is accepting of black people, you know. So there's a good mix there with that. But I'm glad I got the fuck out of Texas. Random Rabbit, appreciate it. Exactly, Richard. And the music game a lot of times is based off of looks. As much as people want to fight that, especially if we're unfortunately talking about for the women's music game, but for the men's game, it's also based off of the look and the sound and stuff like that. Not even necessarily what you're saying, it's the beat selection. So it's so many things that go into it. When doing this YouTube shit, it's easier just to kind of do what you want to do based off of people like your personality or not, you know, and music's not like that at all. And not only that, if somebody does blow up in music, the longevity is shit. You know, like somebody blows up in music, they might get 2 years of being in the spotlight, you know what I'm saying? And then they're done. And so you got to get all you can out of that 2 years. So it's not sustainable enough for me personally. Like those aren't things like I don't want to jump into something, have to get big, and then get out of it quick. Like even with the YouTube shit. So I have the website. That's why I have the YouTube. That's why I'm on Rumble. That's why I'm on all these different platforms and shit like that, to where I can create and obviously Instagram, TikTok, shit like that, so I can create some type of longevity. Because weed's not going anywhere, but hype dies quickly, you know. And even the weed and the hype in the weed game is gonna die eventually. But hopefully we can survive that. Alex, a 15-hour day, crazy. I hope you do get to smoke. I don't think you can smoke right now, though, huh? Uncle Rob, where's your cannabis friendly farm? Because I'm definitely down to pull up. But Charlie, if you want to music, make your music, because all that shit's really just about if you like it, and then you just gotta hope that other people like it. That's just all it is. You just gotta hope that other people like it. You know what I'm saying? Lil Pump owes IRS 1.8 mil. He was just trying to have fun. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to spend his bread how he wanted to spend his bread. But the thing is, since he's already on, he go on tour. He'll sell out, not a lot of places, but he'll sell out Warehouse Lives. Not like, I mean, not big places, but he'll sell out Warehouse Live, House of Blues around the country a lot. He'll make that 1.8 mil back and pay the IRS because he's already big and he already has his fan base. You know, he can get a couple features in there, charge people 50 racks for a feature, get on, you know, so it kind of just depends. I'd rather try and put a catheter in myself dry and then produce another beat in my life. Good God, you really hate producing. Yeah, you probably shouldn't produce it because I don't think you want a catheter, Richard. Shit. Nice, Charlie. That's what's up. Getting your following up. Yeah, it's crazy. And then a lot of all of this stuff when it comes to any content creation, because music is content, it's the balance of how much somebody should be investing into their art and craft versus the balance of how much they should be investing to advertising themselves for doing their art and craft, you know. Because that's a very specific balance. I was watching a Kevin Hart about that, and he was talking about how Kendrick and J. Cole aren't very good marketers, and how Kevin Hart's an amazing marketer. You know, he's always telling people how good he is. Those people aren't. But those people are also the very best at what they do ever. And Kevin Hart's not the very best at what he does ever. He's barely top 5 of his generation, you know. So I don't even know if I would put him in top 5 of his generation, you know. So with that being said, it's that balance of marketing, because a lot of these rappers have the marketing with the hair and how they look and how they talk and where they're from and how they dress, and they can wear certain things other people can't wear or whatever. And then some people have the talent, so somebody has to figure out how to push that talent through the cracks of everybody else's marketing or be able to market as well as them. Uncle Rob, I'm down to pull up to New York. I've been trying to go to New York. That sounds dope. A ballin' pair of Vans, half. I don't know what half cabs mean. Vans, you're talking about the shoes, right? I'm sorry, Alex. I know nothing about shoes. You know what I'm saying? All shoes I get, I just walk outside in them. I don't even just for walking. I don't know nothing about no shoes, if I'm being real with you. Charlie, my plans for the day: make content, write, read, online classes, same shit I usually do, stretch, eat a little bit of food. Talk to Nicole probably if she wants to talk to me. Shit like that, you know? Let me know about the website, Uncle Rob. Appreciate it. That would be greatly appreciated, but I'm definitely open to going out to New York and checking out your farm. That sounds dope. I think all content creators have to be ready to be underpaid heavily. I feel like I'm underpaid heavily, and that's not to complain. It's just the game you have to sign up for. You have to sign up for producing a lot of value and then getting paid on the back end. That's like all businesses, you know? Running shoes, Alex, you got to find out what type of foot you have, to be honest. Like, I have a foot to where I have to have a certain type of stability. So I would definitely say the first thing you need to do is figure out the category of shoe that you need, whether that shoe is like balanced, whether that shoe needs to be really tough through the midsole, like the pronation, all that stuff. I would do that research and then check out what category you want, and then don't go under $50 for those shoes. You know, even if you're going to, and I'm talking about if you're going to a clearance rack. If you're going to a regular shoe store, you shouldn't go under probably $95, $100 for some running shoes, and then you need to throw them away at 300 miles. Can't force somebody to talk to you for 40. You know what I'm saying? You can't smoke anymore. No more. What does that mean, matrix exposing truth? I have no idea. Alex, online it'll tell you. So it'd be like the high arch and the flat foot. Like you'd be able to just look at your foot for real and be able to tell whether you have high arches. Like I'm pigeon toed on my feet too and flat footed. So I got to find shoes that work for that. You just have to look at your foot. Look, most people can know what if their foot's flat footed or not. Nicole said take steps with a wet foot so you can see whether you have she said a cardboard box, but it could be concrete. It could be anything that you can see the footprint, but just know whether your foot's flat or not and be able to tell what type of foot support you need. King Tut was a black man. What's good? How you doing, bro? I like that name. King Tut was a black man. So it's factual as well. Oh, shit. Appreciate that, Uncle Rob. That is definitely clutch. And I'll definitely check out your farm. I mean, without this, I would check out your farm. But shout out, Rob, for the Cash App donation. Definitely a real one for that one. I got you. See, Alex, if you need insoles and stuff like that, that's what you gotta do, you know. But I definitely invest time into figuring out what the shoe is best for you, you know. I'm a football fan, and I'm actually not a football fan anymore. I'm like, I like a little bit of football every now and then, some good football, but I don't really have a team anymore. And I'm a little bit more of a basketball fan, but I've tried to get out of watching too many sports. That shit was eating up too many hours of my day throughout the week and stuff like that. So I've had to change my viewing habits of sports quite a bit. You know, I like to keep up with like the scores sometimes, who wins, keep up with maybe a big culture things so I could talk about it on here, but I'm not just watching it consistently. You know, I still haven't seen a basketball game this season. Oh shit, Matrix. I might have that problem. I actually might need to go get that checked out. That's crazy. But I appreciate you tuning in, guys. I will be back on later, I'm sure. But guys, it's been another one. I will see you guys later. Matrix, I appreciate you bringing that up. Actually, I might look into that because I've definitely had that every now and then, you know. But I'll see you guys later.